Hi, my name is Cody Hosterman, and I'm the Technical Director here at Pure Storage for VMware Solutions. And I'm here with...
Hey, Don Kirouac. I'm a technical marketing engineer for the FlashArray, focusing on active cluster.
And so the topic of this video is VMware's product called Site Recovery Manager. Right? This is a product that's been around for quite a long time that VMware offers for disaster recovery. So what does that mean? What is Site Recovery Manager?
Well, as the name implies, it's pretty kind of self-evident, but it's a automated way for VMware customers to recover in the event of a disaster. And by automated, I mean you're able to create a recovery plan, test it, get to a point where you can prove that you have the ability to recover at another site, and it's all kind of part of the solution. It's kind of built in, the ability to test, check, prove compliance if necessary.
Yeah, and that's a key point, right? Disaster recovery usually needs to be a couple things. One, it needs to be repeatable, it needs to be testable, right? And generally it needs to be automated, right? You don't want to be, when you have a disaster, you don't want to be going and clicking here, where's that, what's the point in time, right?
Yeah.
You need to be ready. And Site Recovery Manager allows you to have a way of, if something happens, or if something's about to happen, right? There's a hurricane or something coming, you can click a big red button and it will run through a pre-planned workbook of a failover, right? These VMs go here, they belong to this network, I need to change this IP, I need to run this script at this step of my recovery. SRM allows you to do that.
Right, and another big piece of it is when you're moving to another site, a DR site, the networking might not line up, the properties of the machines when they run there might need to change slightly in order for them to continue working. So SRM gives you the ability to have those changes applied as you come up at that second site.
And of course you might ask, like, well, all right, you're Pure Storage though, why are you talking about this VMware product? Well, of course, disaster recovery is reliant on replication. And so one of the features that our array offers, of course, is array-based replication. And Site Recovery Manager integrates with arrays via something called an SRA, or a storage replication adapter. This is essentially a plugin that the array vendor writes and builds according to the SRM API to be able to respond to their actions and requests. Right? SRM will say, hey, run a test failover. And then the SRA will go to the array and it'll do whatever it needs to bring up a copy of that storage that was requested by VMware to whatever site that was requested. Right? And so the SRA is provided by Pure, right, to integrate with our array-based replication
and
to run
then,
these workflows.
talking about async replication, the Pure Array handles pushing the data across the wire. It does the data reduction. It creates the point-in-time copies that it needs to meet the recovery objective of the customer.
And that's a key point, right? Simplicity is really a key point when it comes to this, because one of the traditional obstacles around disaster recovery sometimes was the complexity of replication, of setting it up, of automating it. Right? And one of the fundamental offerings of the FlashArray is simplicity, and so is replication. Setting it up is a couple of clicks. Right? Getting the SRA to work with the replication is a couple of clicks. Right? So you can focus on what matters. Right? The business requirements, the failover plan from a VMware perspective, right? What networks, what VMs, what order, and so forth. And so integrating something like our async replication, that as you mentioned, is WAN optimized, right? We preserve our dedupe, we preserve our compression on the wire, so it's not going to use a lot of data on the network when doing these failovers, which also means it's going to speed it up.
Right. And from a FlashArray perspective, no impact to performance, because it's async, right? So the host performance, the applications that are running on the FlashArray don't even know or don't see any impact from the replication that's being used.
And so on that note, right, a key part of Site Recovery Manager is running a test failover, right? Bring up a copy of my VMs on my other site so I can make sure that it works, right? So let's take a look at a demo of using the Site Recovery Manager test failover operation with the FlashArray asynchronous replication. So what we see here is the HTML5 interface for the vSphere web client, and I have a bunch of virtual machines sitting on a VMFS data store that is protected by our asynchronous replication. Inside the Site Recovery Manager screen, we're going to run a test failover to actually take these virtual machines and have the array automatically bring up a copy of them in a different vCenter. So I'm going to kick off this workflow, and we can follow the recovery steps as it goes through testing the recovery process. It's going to do things like bring up the data store on the other side. It's going to power on virtual machines in a certain order. It might run scripts. It might change IP addresses. Right? There's a lot of flexibility of what you can build into a recovery plan. And essentially what this is going to do from a FlashArray perspective, it's going to take that point in time that's been replicated. It's going to present it up to the VMware environment, mount that copied data store, register all the VMs on it, and power them on. The data store has been recovered at this point, and now it's going to actually start doing that registration and power onto those virtual machines. And so now you can verify, did these VMs come up in the right order? Are they working? Right? Did the script that I had run inside of it work? Right? Did the IP properly change?
Right, that's a good point. I mean, being able to control the order the VMs come online is very important for a lot of customers, right? So
Absolutely, right? You want your DNS to come up first or something like that, right? You can see that the data store has been brought up. There's kind of a prefix saying it's been a copied data store. And those virtual machines are now being configured and added on. You can see it's adding a bubble network, right? This is a test failover.
Right.
So it puts in a bubble network so those VMs aren't going to interfere with your production VMs that are still running, right? A test failover does not affect your production environment. It creates a copy of it on your other data set.
Right, this entire time you're still protected with async replication. The fact that you're running a test doesn't change that.
And so I'm kind of confirming my VMs and so forth. And when I'm ready to clean it up, right, when the process is complete, I can hit clean up and it'll reverse everything. It'll clean up my environment, it'll power down those test VMs, it'll remove that data store and reset it to the point in time it was before I ran the test, right? So then I can run it again and again and again. So now I'm going to run off the cleanup process, and it's going to kick off that cleanup workflow, leveraging our storage replication adapter and the FlashArray to do the storage manipulation. And so that's a quick demo of using a test failover with Site Recovery Manager. Now, there are other array-based integrations that we can use with Site Recovery Manager outside of our asynchronous replication. The other replication offering that we have is
Active Cluster, right? The Active Cluster feature for the FlashArray kind of comes with the product. It's one that customers are really excited about just because of how simple it is and the fact that it comes for free. There's no extra infrastructure cost. There's no extra licensing for it. It's simply, just like async, it's something you turn on and you use. So, you know, for SRM, the replication now is synchronous, obviously, so changing from async to sync. But in terms of how you use it and how to implement it, it's again pretty much simple as connecting the arrays, running about 3 different commands, and you're off to the races.
So why might you use active-active replication as compared to asynchronous or active-passive replication, especially when it comes to Site Recovery Manager?
Yeah, so in the context of Site Recovery Manager, you're adding the ability to move things without disruption. So you saw in the previous demo that you just ran through, I still had to have the VMs get powered on as part of that recovery process. What we're doing with Active Cluster now, and the fact that it's synchronous and the fact that it's stretched, now you have an option, and I bet we can show it in a demo coming up. Now you'll be able to do a live planned migration that will use vMotion, very much like customers are familiar with today. I can move from one site to another, from one vCenter to another, and do it non-disruptively using Active Cluster as the underlying replication mechanism.
Yeah, that's a really critical piece of this, right? Having active-active replication means that it's available on both sides, right? And so even the disaster recovery, there's really not much to do, right? The storage is already there. It's already ready, right? So if it's a planned migration or it is a disaster recovery but didn't take anything down, the VMs can just be moved over live, right? If they did come down, the only process is to literally just kind of power them on the other side.
Right. It'll work just like it always did. If you know things do have to get repowered on, you can still change run recovery scripts, change IPs as you needed. But it's nice to have this added option of doing this planned migration, keeping everything running, and not take any disruption at all. That's the coolness of Active Cluster as far as for SRM.
So with that in mind, let's take a quick look at a demo of that very point. Right?
Yeah.
Running a cross vCenter vMotion coordinated by Site Recovery Manager. So you might recognize it from before. This is the HTML5 client. And we have 5 virtual machines sitting on a stretched data store, right? This data store is now available on 2 different arrays at once. If we take a look at my FlashArray interface, you can see that my pod, which is kind of our namespace we stretch volumes in, have both arrays in it, and that volume is in that pod. And that allows that volume to be on both arrays. And so we're going to kick off an actual failover of these virtual machines. And so all 5 of these virtual machines are running on my one vCenter on one site, but I want to move them to the other one. If we take a look at one of these VMs in the recovery plan, we can see that it is indeed enabled for vMotion, meaning that it can be moved non-disruptively from one vCenter to another by Site Recovery Manager. So let's actually watch this happen. And this is a really fundamentally important part about Active Cluster or active-active replication integration with SRM as compared to active-passive, is that you can do this cross vCenter vMotion. And so if you're doing a disaster avoidance operation or a planned migration, it doesn't require a shutdown of your VMs and a restart. As we'll see here, these VMs start vMotioning, which means that you can move them non-disruptively, completely live, right, from one vCenter to another one, all done and run through a GUI.
Yeah, and it also happens fairly rapidly because, as you mentioned, the same data exists at both sides, so we kind of skip the step of maybe moving to a different data store. We keep it on the same data store and just need to move over the memory of the VM and the machine states. It's pretty quick.
And we can see the VMs have now popped up on my other vCenter.
Yeah.
And there's one left to be moved over, and that's almost complete, and now they've been non-disruptively moved to the other side. And so Site Recovery Manager allows you to have a really nice and controllable way of doing an online failover between vCenters, between data centers.
Yeah, it's a nice option.
So with all that in mind, why would I choose Site Recovery Manager? Right? There are other options, right? You can script things, you can use what's called a stretch cluster, and there's going to be another conversation that Donald will have on a different video talking about more details of what that is, but why would I choose Site Recovery Manager? Why would I choose one of these options?
Yeah, and I think, we've covered a few of them, but the big ones are the fact that you give someone an automated way that you can test in advance to fail over when the things really do go south. It's nice to just be able to click a button, know you've tested it, and have it happen. Also, Site Recovery Manager, in some cases, because of the distance between sites, async distances, they may not have the ability to do anything as far as stretch clustering or VMSC, as you've mentioned it. Might not be possible just because of the distance between sites.
And that's a fair point, right? Because we do have two replication solutions. We have our asynchronous, which is active-passive, and then we have our active-active, active cluster, synchronous replication. And when you're using synchronous, that means every write is acknowledged on both sides. And so if those two sites are really far from one another, you're going to have a lot more latency. And you may not want to tolerate that, or it just may not be possible, right? And so in that situation, if your data centers are really far, you would use async, right? If they are close, then I would probably consider using active cluster, right? Especially if it's in a metro distance, right? The same city or something.
Yeah, why not? Right.
And SRM, like you said, is a really great tool for automating this. A lot of businesses require, can't only just have a disaster recovery plan, I need to have one that works, right? I need to be able to test it and repeat that.
And prove that it works in some cases
exactly,
as well,
right? Prove it up. Hey, yes, this VM is on this side, it's running. Right. And so that's a really important reason to choose Site Recovery Manager. And with the simplicity of the FlashArray, the fact that all of our software is included, those traditional considerations that you need to make, do I need to buy this, do I need this extra from a storage perspective, is not a consideration. It's really about the business needs of your environment and some physical requirements, how close they are and so forth.
Yeah, or even the demands of the application. Maybe you have an application, I don't know, your email server that if it's down for an hour for recovery, it's not a big deal to your business, right? My point is that the recovery time objective for the applications that you're protecting may vary throughout your business, and some applications may fit perfectly into what SRM delivers for them. There could be other applications that don't, and that might make you move away from SRM.
So hopefully that gives you an idea of what SRM is and how Pure Storage integrates with it. If you want some more information, there's some links included along with this video you can check out on purestorage.com and some other places as well. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.